this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to do a bit of a launch of a newish product that's in my shop. So these are my Victorian album pages. Now it's a 16-page download. I have printed mine in half size, so like 2 to a page. Yeah, they're probably slightly less than half size actually now, because I've printed them 2 to a page with a border, so they're probably slightly less than half page. But if I just run you through what you get, so obviously the actual you know, size that they come in, you would have, you know, one of these pages per full page. So that is 1 page, that is 1 page. I've printed them 2 to a page. And as you can see, you just get a variety of, you know, my kind of take on the pretty Victorian album type of picture frames that you get, you know, in a typical Victorian album. So I've printed them, as I say, 2 to a page, and I thought that they would be rather nice to use with some vintage ephemera. So I don't know quite what I'm actually going to be doing here. I haven't got that far on my plan. But let's take, for example, this one here. I'm just, you know, just randomly choosing anyone. I've not kind of thought this through or anything. I just thought, let's take the one that's on the top. So I'm just going to take this pretty pink one. Let's just cut around this first. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that down like that. And then what I've got, obviously beneath me, is a huge bundle of vintage ephemera. So this is just going to be kind of, you know, a bit of a take on some vintage, you know, junk journal ephemera kind of ideas. Just using up some of your old vintage stuff that, you know, perhaps you've got in your stash. If you haven't got any vintage ephemera, obviously, you know, you could use anything else. I've got, obviously, you know, well, not obviously, but I've got some bits from Taperology. You could use things like that. You could use, obviously, printables. I've got lots of printables in my shop with vintage ephemera and things. So, you know, and obviously other people have as well. You know, hopefully you can just kind of do a real good mix of different things really with your ephemera. So I'm going to take, I've got these documents, which these are indentures. I'm not sure whether I'm even pronouncing that right, I'm afraid, but yeah, I was quite lucky enough to be able to pick up a few of these. And these are brilliant from the point of view that they're pretty thick. They're they're on this you know, pretty thick kind of document paper. So I thought that these would be really nice to use with this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to, I think, tear. Do I want to tear or do I want to cut? I'm not brilliant with a craft knife, it's got to be said. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to just tear it. So what I'm going to do is just snip in there just to get me started so that I can actually get in there. And then I'm going to just open that out. I'm just going to tear around. So sorry if it's a bit glary. The sun's just coming through. It's quite early in the morning and the sun's coming through a bit low down. Right, let's just tear around here. Just to open the portion of the actual frame part right out. So like that. Okay. Oops, like that. And then using your vintage ephemera, you can obviously then fill in the centre of your frame. So let's pick a nice section. I mean, to be honest, I say let's pick a nice section. Every section of this is lovely. I absolutely love all of this beautiful writing. So let's tear this down so that I've got, you know, less to be working with on my desk. So I'm going to just go with the front page, I think. Yeah, just because, you know, I might as well do that. I have to say, this is, oh, right, I've now made a mess of tearing that. I thought, oh, it's going to tear quite easily, but no. Yeah, that was kind of hard to actually tear into because obviously this is a vintage document dated. Oh, can anyone see the date on that? I can't. No, I can't see a date on that. But anyway, it's pretty old. Oh, 1919, 1919 or 1913, I'm not sure. Yeah, it might be 1913. So, you know, obviously it's pretty old, so it felt a little bit wrong tearing it, but you know, I think it's quite nice. So just going to take this, and I probably want it without the red underline, it's got to be said, which means I've got to do it here, which feels again naughty, like a bit of a shame, but right. So I'm going to just take this and I'm going to cut it down sort of roughly to size. So like that. I mean, you can probably hear the way my scissors are going, just how thick that this paper is. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just fold this over to make ourselves a pocket. Like that, and also obviously that then tells me how big I need to cut this. So it's a kind of double whammy there. Double whammy of usefulness. I know, I'm just rambling and making expressions up now really, but right, okay. Let's just get that out of the way. Oh, I mean, how gorgeous does that look? So obviously it doesn't matter which way up these are because the flowers are universal. I don't know whether that would be the correct terminology. Again, I'm just floundering about with my weird expressions today. So yeah, we're going to have it like that. And then obviously you could top that with something else. So I'm thinking just something kind of to the side would be rather nice. You know, maybe even a butterfly. Oh, that's pretty as well, isn't it? You know, it's just a bit of a fun way to use some of your vintage ephemera. So I'm just going to get my coffee dye. I like to just keep some, you know, to the side of my desk. And I'm just going to coffee dye this, just so it looks a little bit more vintage. Let's just get those marks off of the brush. Hold on. Right. Okay, now this has been printed on, I think it's 230 GSM photo quality paper, so it is a little bit resistant to the coffee. You can probably see at first it was wanting to kind of disperse and not really go on there properly. It does, however, go on, you know, if you persevere. It just has that slight resistance at first, so okay, quickly dry that off. Now obviously this is actual vintage paper, so I mean, to be honest, it probably doesn't really need colouring, although it now doesn't look very coloured compared to this. So I'm now thinking perhaps I should coffee dye that. The only thing is, it's obviously been written with pen, so I'm not sure whether actually it would smudge. Shall we just give it a try? Let's just try a little section down the bottom. Oh, it's not too bad. Yeah. I mean, it perhaps would smudge if I, you know, delayed and spent ages keep going over it time and time again. But yeah, just that couple of little splotches weren't too bad. Okay. Okey-dokey. I mean, like I say, the irony is this is actually vintage, but yeah, we've had to actually colour it to make it look more authentic because it wasn't actually very discoloured at all. So that will be our kind of base of our pocket. And I think what I would do is I will probably, will I want to glue that on there? Or just stitch it? Well, perhaps we will glue it. I was thinking I would just stitch it, but yeah, perhaps we will need to glue it as well. I'm just wondering whether I need to make my hole slightly bigger because I really love that vintage, you know, text. So yeah, let's try and see a little bit more of that. Okay, probably like that. So let's just go in with our glue. I just put the glue around the edge first, like that. And then obviously around near the hole, because otherwise you're going to have it kind of gaping around from the hole. So like that, okay. Now it's a little bit crinkly from the coffee dyeing, so I just need to kind of like squish it down. And I'm probably going to sit on this for a little bit, and then we can do another one whilst that's drying. So yeah, let's do a couple. So I'm just going to kind of poke, or not poke, you know, sit on it, pop it under my leg. Right, let's do another one now, shall we do this green one, just because obviously that's the next one here. So again, let's just cut that down like that. Oops. Perhaps we'll do like 3 or something on the go at the same time, shall we? Okay. Right, that's that one. Okay, which other colours shall we do? They're really pretty, aren't they? Yeah, I love this one. Don't want them to all look the same, so perhaps we'll do, oh, perhaps we'll do this lovely green one. That's gorgeous, isn't it? I do actually really like all the colours, to be honest. It's quite hard to choose a favourite, but oh my goodness. Come on. Okay. Let's take that one down. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Maybe doing some crafting. Let us know in the comments what projects you're working on. I know I say this all the time, but honestly, it's so inspirational because, you know, if you're just having a bit of a sort of lacking mojo moment, you know, it's really nice to be able to read through and think, oh, they're working on that. You know, that sounds really like a lot of fun. And then you can obviously, oh, I might have to do a brown one. You know, it can spur you on and kind of, yeah, spark a bit of inspiration for something that you might like to do. Okay. Let me know below which one of these frames that you like the best, which colour you like the best. I have to say, I really do love this brown one, actually. I like them all, but yeah, the brown is very, very nice. So, but there are lots of, you know, lots of choice here. So, you know, hopefully you'd have kind of something to go with everything there. Right, I'm just putting them out of the way. So, yeah, are we going to, just wondering whether we should coffee dye them first. No, I'm going to tear the middles out. So, again, I just like to make a snip in there because then that makes it nice and easy to actually get to, you know, get to the paper to tear it out. Okay, oh gosh, that was a big snip, wasn't it? I nearly had an accident and actually lost too much of the frame there. I was a bit gung-ho with that one, obviously. Right. I mean, obviously, like I say, you could cut this out with a craft knife. My craft knife skills are not really brilliant. So, yeah, I suspect that I would not make a very good job of that. So I'm kind of thinking just tearing is good enough. Okay, right, so there's that one. And we'll do this one. And actually, I mean, I quite like the torn look anyway. Luckily, just as well, as I'm rubbish with cutting with a craft knife. But yeah, I actually quite like the torn look anyway. I think it's, you know, a bit more interesting, really. Okay. Right, and then the last one. Yeah, I love this brown one. It's very kind of rich and yeah, really nice. Okay. Okay. Oh, nearly done. Always just takes longer than you expect, doesn't it? Right, okay. So I'm just going to quickly coffee dye these. Actually, before I coffee dye them, I'm going to cut my pieces to size. So I'm just going to fold these over, and then that, you know, helps me sort of gauge where I need to cut my pieces. So like that. Like that. I mean, obviously you could make these into little booklets. I mean, I'm kind of opting for pockets, but yeah, you could definitely, you know, you don't have to do pockets. You could do little booklets, like I say. Okay, right. Obviously, I'm not going to bin this because we can use this for something else a bit later. So let's just grab in another page. Oh dear. Come into like hoarding, you know, hoarding section. I mean, I love that. Although I have to say, really love how that looks, kind of just that portion of that. And it seems a bit wicked to cut that down, but oh, can I dare myself to? I'm not sure whether I can, to be honest, because that just seems too wicked, doesn't it, to cut that beautiful bit of text. I've got another one here. Oh, this one's actually typed. It was weird. I hadn't noticed that this was typed. I know that sounds very strange. I really like the types, actually. I thought that was going to look rubbish, but yeah, it actually looks really nice. So let's just take this one. Okay. I mean, how ridiculous. We buy all this stuff and then I'm hoarding it. I'm hoarding it because of this section, which I obviously can't bring myself to, you know, tear or cut, because that does seem wicked, doesn't it? It's really nice. Okay, right. So yeah, let's just take this one down here. Oh, actually, probably up there, just because then I just about avoid that crease being sort of straight through the middle of the piece. So let's just take that one. Oh, there goes Alexa with some sort of reminder. She just always piping up. I set these reminders, oh gosh, like 2 years ago or something crazy. I don't know how to take them off now. So they're still there. And yeah, my daughter and I laugh every week because, you know, she's constantly there piping up, telling us my daughter's got PE. I set them obviously so as I didn't forget to take my daughter's PE kit to school. Because, yeah, and that rubbish mum who's just, well, the rubbish mum who forgets everything, let's be honest. And, yeah, so we set them on Alexa, and I thought, oh, that's going to be really helpful, you know, because then hopefully it's going to just prevent me from forgetting everything. Well, she's now still telling us 2 years later that she's got PE, and of course she no longer has it on this day of the week. So actually what I need to do is fathom out how to take the reminders off, and then how to set new ones so I can actually set them for the days that she does have PE. So, although to be honest, now she's older, she's brilliant at remembering. She is not like me at all. I mean, I can't remember what I did 10 minutes ago, let alone week to week, which day is PE. But yeah, she's brilliant. She's got a very good, you know, good sense of when her schedule is. She's brilliant like that. Maybe she just thought, well, I've got no choice. My mum is so rubbish. If I don't remember, you know, no one's going to. I'm not sure. But my goodness, it's helpful because, yeah, I'm the world's worst. World's worst at remembering. Right, okay, let's dry these off now quickly. Just helps really to, you know, speed the process up if we can just dry them off. Okie dokie. I mean, it doesn't take 5 minutes, to be honest, because you're not really saturating your things. If you just are painting the coffee dye on, you know, they're not getting really soggy. They're kind of, you know, it's just a sort of light paste, so it really doesn't take too long to dry it off, to be honest. Okay. Just mop up that coffee dye from the desk. Oh, I can just suddenly smell the vintage paper. That heat is, you know, making the paper smell a bit. That's fine. Right, okay. Move these out of the way. So, we now want to glue this down. Obviously, this is not probably quite 100% dry. It's okay. You know, it's dry enough. But yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, you'd probably dry it off a little bit better. Okay. So, page number 1. In like that. Okay, just again squish that down. Again, like I say, I mean, it's a little bit wrinkly now from the coffee dyeing, but that's fine, I don't mind that. So just like the other one, I'm just going to pop that under my leg. This is where I shall go around for the rest of the day with pieces of paper stuck on me. Okay, were we having it that way round? Yeah, because I think we did say we quite liked the typing, you know, the typed font next to the brown, didn't we? So, yeah. See, again, couldn't remember what I said 5 minutes before. Oh, dear. Must be an age thing, I think. Right, let's shut that up. Okay. They're very fun to work with, these frames. I love a frame. You know, all types of frames, really. I just think they are a brilliant way to... you know, create quite a big impact. You know, they're a bit like a cheats way, because, you know, you don't have to do an awful lot with them for them to really make quite a big impact. You know, they're yeah, just a very quick and easy way to make a big statement, I think. So, right, this one's a bit soggy, so I must be a bit careful here that I don't just tear this. Okay, right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these across to the sewing machine, and all I'm going to do is stitch them around here, so that what we do is we make a top loading pocket, or I might do perhaps a couple as a side loading pocket, I'm not sure, but I will be back. Okay, I'm back from the sewing machine, and I've grabbed out a few more bits and pieces as well, so need to just kind of trim them up. So obviously, due to the coffee dyeing and probably my shoddy cutting and things, they're not necessarily kind of lined up just right. I've got some of the obviously original document hanging out as well, so just need to go round and just trim up anywhere where you've got just, you know, bit of shoddy edges. You maybe, you know, maybe won't have any shoddy edges. I'm just pretty rubbish when it comes to lining things up, so, you know, but it's, you know, just takes 2 seconds to just go around and cut them up, or cut them off, trim them up. You know, so I'd rather do that than actually go around trying to measure it and do it accurately in the first place, because for me this works better and is quicker. But, you know, each person to their own, really. We all have our own methods, don't we, of doing things, and, you know, you maybe have a better method that works for you, you know. So again, just trim up anywhere there, anywhere at all. Okay, get rid of all those threads. Isn't it typical, you know, the second that you get to the sewing machine, within 2 seconds the bobbin had run out, so I had to then, you know, do a couple of new bobbins. I just find that's just so always the way. I do try and always do a couple of bobbins at once, so that I'm, you know, hopefully ahead of the game then for next time. But having said that, it's surprising how quickly they do run out. So I'm going to pull my sari silk in, because that just looks lovely, I have to say. I'm thinking maybe sari silk somewhere, and I've also bought in some of my wax seals because I'm thinking they would look very pretty. Right. Okay, I'm running out of space, rapidly running out of space. So I've done them all as top loading pockets, except for the green one, which I have done as a side loading, but that's fine. Right, okay, let's have a look and see what we're going to do. So what did I think first? Oh, first of all, I thought that the Edwardian ladies, I did have a lovely request the other day on email. Now, I say the other day, it's probably going to be ages ago by the time that this video goes up, but asking that I do, you know, use my Victorian ladies, Edwardian ladies a little bit, because, you know, the lovely lady, she said that, you know, she really enjoys using them, and could I try and use them a bit more. So, yeah, I thought let's do one or two with the Edwardian ladies. They're actually a little bit tall for these, because I have printed these, don't forget, shrunk down to half size. I've got them in smaller size, the Edwardian ladies, but then she might be a bit too small. So yeah, perhaps we'll have, just have a look. Oh, she's nice on that one. Right, okay, so perhaps we'll do that. So let's just ink those up. They've not been coffee dyed or anything, so I'm just going to ink them for the, you know, blending of them. Oops, right, I need some more ink. Honestly, finding anything on my desk at the moment is just, well, it's a miracle. It would be a miracle if I actually did manage to find anything. It's so messy. It's the messiest it's been since my room move. You know, I had been being quite disciplined and, you know, reasonably trying to keep it, you know, or stay on top of it. But yeah, I've really let the side down now, and it's absolutely shocking. Shocking. I mean, I would feel embarrassed for you guys to actually see it, to be perfectly honest. It's looking so terrible. Oh, what have I done with my ink? Well, it will be a miracle. Oh no, now that's the door. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. It's obviously going to be one of those days, I think. So you just have them that start out like that, don't you? Right, okay. Let's just go with this one. Still forgot to then look for my ink while I was switched off. So yeah, let's put her away. We won't use her because I still haven't found my ink. So we're just going to go with this one instead. She looks very pretty on there, doesn't she? Now, also got my little tabs here because I thought, well, I might want a tab on the top of the pocket, maybe. I'm not sure that's quite the right colour, but maybe we could slot it under her. That's not really the right colour, is it? I'm trying to make it work and trying to just, you know, ignore the fact that it's not the right colour. You can't really ignore the fact it's not the right colour, can you? Not really. Oh, what about this one? That's better. Oh, that one's pretty, isn't it? Again, I now need to now coffee dye this. So now we're going to be here for ages drying this off from the coffee. Oh, would you believe it? Would you believe it? Oh, this one's quite nice. Right, let me coffee dye those two. So sorry, this is now just deteriorated, really. So it's just how it goes sometimes, isn't it? You're in the zone, and then one thing happens, then another thing, and then before you know it, you're completely out of the zone. So, oh, but while I've got the coffee, I can actually coffee dye my Edwardian lady. Okay. Well, okie dokie. Right. So, yeah, all was not lost. We have now coffee dyed her as well. So, maybe it was a good thing after all. Who knows? Right. Okay. Going to just wait for these couple of bits to dry. I'm just going to pop them onto my hot glue gun. Just, I like to lay them there to dry. Right, okay, let's get on with the others. So, what should we put on the brown one? I also bought along some of my little bird houses because I thought, oh, these might look quite cute on some of these. So these are from my birdhouse kit. That one looks very cute on there, doesn't it? That one's a little bit on the big side. Let me just see if I've got a sort of halfway measure. Okay. Oh, again, I mean, these aren't coffee dyed, so they probably would be better if they were. Oh, but that's cute. We could have that down there. I don't know whether that one's blending in a little bit too much. I think it maybe is. Yeah, it maybe is. Which is weird, because you would have thought this one would be blending in more, wouldn't you? But yeah, this one seems to be standing out more. So let's go for that. Right. Let's put this away. They're just my little birdhouse printables. I've got a little Feed the Birdie words there, so we could use that. Put that to one side. And then what else have I got? Oh, I did get the fussy cut birds. I've got some that are already coffee dyed. And I know I say this all the time, but honestly, I see other people use birds and I just love it. I'm so much more just drawn to, you know, the ladies and things like that. I don't know why. But yeah, although that bird looks quite nice there. It's quite nice there as well. So yeah, should we do one with a bird? Let's do one with a bird. And then the other one, I might not even put anything on. I might just go with sort of ribbon and maybe a wax seal and things. So let's get rid of these tabs out of the way, just so I've got a bit more room on the desk. Honestly, it's so messy, otherwise I'm just going to be drowning in things. So I need to kind of clear a little bit of room. Right, just having to go with, you know, what's actually left on here, which I have to say is not a lot. But yeah, any ink that's actually left on that blending tool is just going to have to be used like that. Okay, right, let's ink up the word. Also got some postage stamps there, which sort of have, I don't know, made their way there from something else. Let's just have a look and see. Don't know whether the green one's a bit... Well, it's not bad, actually. It's not too bad. Maybe go for something like that. Okay. Oh, actually. No? Yeah, right. I was just trying to hoard that stamp. Again, why am I trying to hoard these stamps is beyond me, but I've got my favourites and then I just don't like using them. That just happened to be one of those stamps. Right. So let's just put the stamp in the background. Okay. Like that. And then the Feed the Birdie, and yeah. Right, do we want to have any sari silk on the edge of here is the question. I just love the ruffling of the sari silk, as you know, at the moment, so not quite the right colour. Well, now I'm wishing that I had some sari silk in red. Yeah, weirdly, I mean, red's not really a colour that I would particularly use. I don't even know if they do it in red, but yeah, obviously never looked for any in red, but I'm now thinking red would have been really nice on here. Oh, I might do it like that. So let's just pop this birdhouse down. Okay. Now I'm just using the hot glue, like I say, you know, so many times, just so that this is kind of like raised, because I can then, you know, not press it down too hard, and it just gives it almost like a bit of a 3D effect going on there, which is quite nice, isn't it? And then the Feed the Birdie, I will just have stuck down flatter over there, like that. Okay, right, and then I'm just going to ruffle that sari silk down the side. Again, if you watch my channel, you'll know this is my favourite thing at the moment, is ruffling the sari silk. I just love how it looks. It's such a pretty effect, and yeah, just easy peasy, but looks really effective. So yeah, can't get enough of this at the moment. Okie dokie. Oops, my sari silk's a little bit sort of crumpled. I should have really straightened it out before I got started ruffling it, but never mind. Okay. There we go. Like that. So snip that off at the top. Oh my goodness, what a gorgeous pocket is that. So obviously the pocket is just at the top Oops, if I haven't actually stitched it together. Yeah, it's a little bit soggy still from the coffee dye, but that's the pocket. Sorry, it was getting stuck there with the coffee. But that's the pocket there. So obviously you could just glue that straight onto a page, or you could just have it as a little floating pocket, because then you could journal here in the, you know, the frame on the back. So that's that one. Right, finally got one done. I feel like they've taken ages now. I don't know what was going on, why they've taken me so long, but sometimes things do just take a long time, don't they? Right, let's decide which way round we want all these bits to go. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe lower. So let's just pop this down. Okie dokie. Like that. Yeah, I hope it's not going to be one of those days. You know, like just sometimes the day starts out like that. Just continues, doesn't it? Doesn't bode well. Right, okay. And then my lovely lady, I'm just going to, yeah, I think hot glue her. But just before I do, I'm just wondering whether I want to have any lace or anything coming out behind her. Let me just see what lace I've got laying around. I've got this crochet lace. It's probably a little bit on the thick side, but having said that, it does look quite pretty. Okay. It's just, I always like to, you know, sort of tear this, and I've said this lots of times before, but just, I kind of like to just, you know, almost pull it against the scissor blade, if that makes sense. It just, it has a lovely kind of tearing effect then. Oh, that looks very pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, I think I'm going to have her like that. So I'm just going to glue this, sorry, still, lace. That's the word. That was the word I was looking for, the lace down. Honestly. Okay. So like that. Press that down with my wipe. And then just her, I would just now hot glue her on, because, you know, she's going over the lumpy lace now. Just want to make sure she's glued down well and truly glued down. So, you know, it just saves me messing about, really. So there we go. That's her. Again, obviously top loading pocket there. So, you know, they make a nice roomy pocket, don't they? Which is good. I have got some words which we could have. Let's just see if we want one of these. Beauty. Okay, I think these are just from my portraits curators collection. Oh yeah, I like to layer things up. I think it looks quite effective, doesn't it? You know, so like that. Okay, yeah, that looks very pretty. So that's another one. Okay, right, this one was the one I said that I was going to just maybe have a wax seal. So let's just see what colour wax seals we've got. Oh, nice one. Oh my goodness, how yummy does that look? Absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? And then I've got some, got some ribbon. I'm just now seeing what colour ribbon. Oh, that's quite nice actually. I didn't think this was going to look very good, but yeah, I think it will actually. This is a bit like a sort of champagne-y type colour, I suppose. Well, probably exaggerating there. It's probably not really champagne-y, but I don't know, like a beige colour anyway. Neutral, let's just say neutral. And yeah, let's just snip that out. Okay. And then just, yeah, oh my goodness, I love that one. Oh, I think that's my favourite one. Now, do we want to have some lace coming out from here? Of got obviously the rest of that crochet lace that we just cut. Oops. So, oh, let's just do that. Yeah, it's gorgeous, doesn't it? So, right, just going to pop a little line of hot glue down there to just glue this one on. Okay, and then just glue the ribbon. Oops, just on there. And the wax seal. I mean, this is a perfect colour wax seal, isn't it, for this? Absolutely perfect. Literally just, oh, like it was made to go on there, isn't it? Oh my goodness, I love how that looks. And I mean, how easy and simple was that? I have just dabbed the wax seal, which is unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, how quick and easy was that? And that's such a gorgeous pocket, isn't it? Okay, last one. Right, and we're going to have the bird on here. Still kind of in two minds, really, because yeah, like I said, I do kind of struggle with birds and things. Who knows what that's about? This sari silk would look pretty, but it's very, very, very wide. I wonder if I could tear it down. Oh, I don't know. This is my side loading pocket, so I just must kind of bear that in mind a bit. No, I don't think I am going to do that. Oh, unless I have the ivory, actually. Oh, the ivory does look quite nice, to be fair. Right, okay. Let's just glue this down with just the hot glue this time. Okay. Oops. Okie dokie. Right. And then, yeah, I'm just going to put the sari silk down on this edge. Oops. Here we go. I've got some sort of more screwed up sari silk, which is just what I was after. Oh, the irony. I mean, who's looking for screwed up anything? But yeah, I'll have a bit of screwed up stuff on my my embellishments and ephemera pieces. Okay. The only thing is, this is actually probably a bit too screwed up. It's actually not very easy to even ruffle it on now. But it looks okay, doesn't it? Might even just have it, yeah, might even have it just like that, to be honest. Not even going the full length down there. Oh my goodness, how pretty does that look? Love how that looks. That's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. Right, and then might have as well just a little bow, I think, on there. Oops, sorry, I've just knocked something down now. My day continues. Yeah, thinking, oh, maybe the bow at the top. So sorry about my creaky chair. Let's put some sort of, I don't know what, oil or something on it. I don't know, because I'm actually not sure which part of it's creaking, but I'll probably suddenly, you know, break the chair soon. There we go. So that's the other one, which, like I say, this is actually a side loading pocket. So yeah, I hope that you like them. I mean, I just think they're super pretty. And like I say, I mean, they come together very, very quick and easy, and just, you know, really gorgeous pockets, aren't they? So yeah, if you're interested, obviously the Victorian album frames, they are available in my shop. And yeah, have fun if you decide to make some. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.